Welcome YouTube, thank you for stopping by. Happy here. Please hit that like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're going to be talking about possibly one of the greatest games to grace us in such a long time. And let me start off by saying there are some games that we gamers play that just changed the industry for the good. And some of those games were Final Fantasy VII, Legends of Dragoons. Some of those games were the Persona series. Some of those games were Oblivion, changing how we look at open worlds. And then we get The Witcher, Red Dead Redemption 2. And then inside those greats, I think we get Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is going to be talked about for years. And I hope people take their set designs and they grab them and they use their own ideas. This game has it all right now. This game in 3 days sold 1 million copies. It is on the top charts as one of the #1 rated games of all time, sitting at a 93%. It has a Steam count of a constant almost 100,000 players. It beat Assassin's Creed Shadows. It beat Velgard. This game was only developed by 30 people, and it's the studio's first game ever released. This game is a work of art. Also, I would like to say that I know we're 2 minutes in, but none of this will be spoiled. It's going to be spoil free. I think this game is contender for Game of the Year, and here's why. It takes inspiration from Final Fantasy. It takes inspiration from Legends of Dragoon. It takes inspiration from Persona. It's one of the top RPGs ever made. Probably thinking to yourself, those games were really good. What makes this game any different? Well, I'm going to tell you, this game actually goes above and beyond all those games I just named off. First of all, Final Fantasy has lost its identity, turning into a action RPG. I love it, by the way. I love Final Fantasy and the direction that they're going, and I love how they implemented the materia system with the new upgrades and stuff. But let's face it, everyone's saying that you can't sell turn-based. Like a Dragon, okay, is turn-based, not like this Like a Dragon. I'm talking about Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Like a Dragon, just Like a Dragon, the first one. That's turn-based, and it did a very unique take on, turn-based. But this game goes above and beyond. This game gives you what you've always wanted in Legend of Dragoons. What if I could deflect and block, or even if I could just dodge? So this game adds an element of skill. It's not super easy by any stretch. It's not super hard by any stretch, but it can be challenging at times, where you're going to find yourself in a predicament where, man, this boss was pretty tough. It's going to take me 1 or 2 tries, maybe even more. Some of them have little gimmicks. So this game, I think, is going to revolutionize the way we play turn-based games in a general, in a sense. And I hope that it inspires big-name companies with thousands and thousands of developers to make a game look and feel like art again. This game has some of the most impressive set pieces I've ever seen, ever. It has a QTE system that's pretty much like Legend of Dragoons, but it also has a gun system that's taken from Persona. The music is like a mixture, like their own thing, but it's as an S tier as a Final Fantasy game. This game is everything that you probably would have thought Final Fantasy was going to turn into, but didn't. But this game now is the Final Fantasy that we thought we were going to have. It's so impressive what this game is and what it does. In the second level, you're in this world of floating water, and you're just walking around while big giant sea creatures are floating above your head. You're in a rock station. You go to different random places, and there's a side quest or a mini game that you can do. The game has a lot to offer, and the storyline is just amazing. So let me tell you about the storyline a little bit. It's about these people on this place, and what they experience is there's a reverse calendar, and there's a creature called the Paintress. It's a giant lady that writes a number on a rock. Now that number right now is 33, but it started at 100, and there's a reverse calendar, and anybody who reaches that number in age will die that year. So we are actually, the setting is the last day of 34, and then it turns to, year 33. So everybody at 34 dies, and everybody at 33 is now going on an expedition to find out what is going on. Why do we keep dying? Why does the world look the way it does? Who's the paintress? And so that's your goal. And it tells you this like the first couple minutes of the game. So that's not spoilers. That's just the premise of the story. The story goes on, and then you start seeing things from, hey, I remember that in Legend of Dragoons, or I've been in this situation in an older Final Fantasy, or man, that music is kind of having that funky vibe of Persona, or using your guns as Persona, and the gun can find weak points on the enemies, and it's really, really useful. I can't say enough good things about this game right now. I'm only 20 hours in. This is my very first impressions of the game. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, if you're a Legend of Dragoons fan, if you like Persona / Metaphor, this is right up your alley. This is for you. This is your comfort food. You need this in your life. And I'm saying that because I am one of those people, and I didn't know I needed this in my life. And this game is something to behold. It's spectacular, honestly. It was originally $50, and then it went on sale for $40. It's free on the Game Pass, and it's worth every full price game. It's better than any AAA, any quadruple A game I've ever seen, or AAA game I've ever seen. It has a great, compelling story that's mature, but it's something that you can appreciate. It has art like you've never seen in any video game. It's smooth. There's no glitches, bugs. It's a full game. There's nothing disastrous here. It's about, I think, 40 hours if you just go storyline, but it's 60 hours if you want to see everything. And I suggest you go see everything and you try all these little mini games. Some of it's like a temple run. Some of it's a fun little, I don't know how to say it, Pong game. We'll call it a Pong game. And there's probably way more. I've only scratched the surface of this game, and so I want you guys to check this out. It's a fantastic game. I thought it was going to get overlooked by Oblivion, and it's actually doing really well. It's sold over 1 million copies as a brand new studio. They had no idea it was going to sell so well. That's not including Xbox Game Pass users like myself. It also has a constant 100,000 to 50,000 people at a given time playing it on Steam. I think the peak was 120,000, but they settled with 96 or something like that. And so, it's been rated really high. It's so much fun. And once you start playing it, you just can't put it down because it's such a good work of art. I've been kind of rambling on, kind of saying the same things over and over again. I really like this game. I want to talk about more about it. I don't want to get into spoils though, but it's such a good game. I want to talk about it. But anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys had a good time. Please hit that like, subscribe. Please try this game out. It's worth it, y'all. In my book, it's a 9.8 out of 10. That's the closest you can probably get to a 10 in my book. I don't know if I've ever seen a perfect game, but maybe this is really, really close to one that I've seen in a very long time. So please, y'all, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I wouldn't steer you the wrong way. Velgard was trash. Assassin's Creed Shadows is trash. The Sunset of Midnight, that game I thought was okay, and I started playing it. Repetitive trash. Just a bunch of trash out there. So when you see a diamond in the rough, because all that's rough, you got the Velgards, you got your Shadows, all that's the rough. When you got the diamond in the rough, you got to grab that diamond. You got to grab it instantly. So do that, folks. Grab the diamond, play this game, and have fun. GG's, everybody. Take it easy.